as the Anteshri Samskar. I want to extend welcome and like I did yesterday when individuals came to the room, extend heartfelt gratitude for the outpouring of love, sentiments, sympathies, condolences. It is really, we really appreciate it. The ceremony will start in approximately 5 minutes. We are just doing some needful as the immediate family members are meeting in the room there, and we will be bringing the body out shortly. So I just wanted to keep you abreast of what is happening, because some of you, I know, would have come quite early to ensure that you would have secured a seat here. Yes? So thank you very much, and we will begin shortly. I see my brother and colleague, Pandit Rishi Maharaj is here, Secretary of the Pandits Parishad. Very, very thankful, Maharaj, that you can come and join with us.
Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Ye Nath Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Ye Nath Narayana Vasudeva Ye Nath Narayana Vasudeva Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Govinda Bhagavan ki jai.
Thank you, everyone.
बोलो श्री गोविंद भगवान की जय। officiating the house this morning. My brother, colleague and friend, Pandit Prakash Samsundar Tiwari, Pandit Rishi Maharaj, Secretary of the Pandits Parishad and Executive Member of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Pandit Anand Maharaj, the Assistant Secretary of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, and of course Principal of the STMS Pandit Parishad's School of Hinduism, my mamus who are respected Pandits themselves, other respected Pandits who have come, members of our very close-knit family, my aunts, uncles, all my cousins, and of course well-wishers, like indicated just a couple moments ago. Warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you for taking the time out to join with us in this very, very sad time as we join the Anteshti Samskar. At this point, from henceforth, I don't think you'll be hearing my voice any further because I want to pass you over to our officiating Pandit Vyas this morning, Pandit Prakash Samsundar Tiwari. So, Panditji.
बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। राम नाम सत्य, राम नाम उपस्थिति, all in attendance. Sabi ko jai Sitaram. Let us all stand reverently and kindly as we join our hands in prayer, bow our heads in prayer, close our eyes in prayer, just for a few moments as we perform that what we call Vandana. Hari Om. Om apavitra pavitro va sarva vasam gatopi vaha यह स्मृत पुंडरीकाक्षं सभयंतरः शुचिः। ओम हरिं परमानंदम् उपदेष्टारमीश्वरं व्यापकं सर्वलोकानां कारणं तं नमाम्यहम्। हरे राम राम all in attendance as we perform Sankalp, as we ask of that Lord today, as we perform the Anteshti Sanskar. For those who know and for those who don't know, there are 16 Sanskars, and one particular Sanskar is what we call Anteshti. It is not about celebrating the life. We only celebrate the life of someone while they were living. Yeah? So it is called the Anteshti Sanskar because it is the rite of passage of that individual. It is a seal of devotion that is embedded into the depths of a man's consciousness. So today, as we put our hands together, we join Pandit Raj and his team on this time of Anteshti. We pray, Om Vishnu Vishnu Nama Paramatmane Shipurana Purushottamam Advai Brahmanu Nidvite Paranale Shri Svedavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatmantare Ashtavinishari Kalyu Kalipatam Charane Bhuloke Chandravarshe Jajmanasya Tiganim Punyachaitre Sthite Shravan Mase Shuklapakshe Om Shri Dvitiyatato Mangalvar Om Shri Purva Palguni Nakshatre Pariyoge Kaulavkarne Singarase Sthite सिंहरासे सते अमुक राशि सते अमुक सूर्य अमुक राशि सते शशांके तेषु ग्रहस्तेषु यथा यथा राशिस्थान तेषु अमुक गोत्रस्य take a gotraj अमुक नामस्य take a name अमुक प्रेतस्य your father proper name anteshi karma aham karishe om Sri Krishna arpanam firstly offer water Om Apo Hishtamayo Bhuvastam Urjedarajan Mahiranaya Chakshase Yovaha Shivatamora Saha Tase Vajate Hanaha Ushati Riva Matara Tasma Aranga Mame Ojan Vachanaha Om Karmagotrasya Deolal Pretasya Mritstani Sadlimitam Snanam Mayadhyate Tavo Patishtatama Om Shri Vishnave Namaha followed by Chandan. Om Tat Purukaya Namaha. Om Tam Yagambarihi Proksham Purukam Jatam Agataha Tena Deva Ajayandasaya Rikashasjaje. Om Bhurvasvaha. Om Shri Amuk Jajmanasya Amuk Gotrasya Amuk Deolal Pretasya Mritstanistava Nimitam Gandam Mayadiyate Tavo Patishtatama Tavo Patishtatama Om Tavo Patishtatama Om Param Brahm Param Dam Pavitram Paramambuvan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Vajam Vibhoma Om Shri Paramatmane Namo Namaha Om Tam Yagambarihi Proksham Purukam Shatam Magrataha Tena Deva Ajayandasaya Rikajasjaje Om Bhurvasvaha Om Shri Arabhudrasya Om Shri Kashyap Gotrasya Amuka Deolal Pretasya Mritstane Nimitam Gandam Mayadiyate Tavo Patishtatama Pushpamala Om Shri Vishnave Namaha Om Namo Namo Paramatmane Namo Namaha Om Shri Vishnave Namaha Om Anugotrasya Anugapretasya Deolal Pretasya Mritstanistav Nimitam Pushpamala Mayadiyate Tavo Patishtada Om Okari Patimodatvam Pushpavati Prasuvai Ashwasajita Varivira Rudrapayushnava Om Idam Vishnu Chakrame Trena Nidare Param Samuramasya Pagum Sure Swaha Om Param Brahm Param Dam Pavitram Paramambuvam Purusham Shashvatam Divyamadi Devavajam Vibhum Arti Hari Om Om Shri Vishnave Namaha Om Yamvare Mahagore Andadena Tamasa Krite Tatra Valu Artarata Devo Mayadiyate Tavo Patishtada Om Jai Krishna Hare Sri Krishna Hare Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare Jai 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 Krishna Hare all together Jai Krishna Hare Sri Krishna Hare Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare Jai City, as pundits, we have an idea of what we have to do, especially in time like this. But strangely, for those who are aware, that the body is made up of panch koshas. Like when you cut an onion, it has different layers. Yeah. Our body, the first layer is called Annamaya Kosh. So the grains that we take and we make the pinda, it is an indicator that our beloved father, our beloved grandfather, our beloved husband is no longer on earth anymore. The first pinda is to replace him. Yeah? But the rent that we pay for this spot that you are sitting and standing is devotion. And if that is the rent that we pay to stand or sit or occupy a place on this earth, let us not be in arrears. Today, as we offer the first pinda for the Ishta Devata of the home, the first pinda is offered if Eulogy wanted to do any sort of type of religious act, give charity, whatever his desire was, and he was unable to fulfill it, this pinda becomes that he will become free of all encumbrances. Taking him to that. Hari Om Arabhotasya Devam Pretasya Mitstanistava Nimtam Ishate Sindu Maya Diyate Taho Pratishtata. Open this right hand. Om. Take a white and black and water. Om Param Ram Param Dhanam Pavitram Paraman Pavan Purusham Shashtam Nityamari Devapatim Vidu Sri Vishnave Namaha. Om Sri Vishnave Namaha. Boliye Vrindavan Vihari. Obesity, before we continue, as I indicated to you, all in attendance, you all have another seat. We can do such at this point in time. Before we go to our next item, eulogies was designed to capture a little bit of the person's history. Many times we'll go Panditji will tell you, I see my secretary of the parashad is there, Pandit Rishi Maharaji, I see my good friend, Pandit Anand Maharaji from Columbia and Deolal. And sometimes when you go to the funeral and people do the eulogy, there's never ever captured a person's early life. For whatever apparent reason, it must be was too colorful, etc., etc. But nevertheless, but a eulogy was designed for, like you and I, who don't know much about the individual, or we know a particular part of that individual life, is to give a synopsis of that individual's life. Am I right? Yeah. Makes sense, right? Can you imagine you talking about somebody else in other person's funeral? Then that would not work out well. Yeah? So before we move forward, I would like to invite whoever it is who will be doing the eulogy to come up. So Mr. Rafiq Ali, so his brother-in-law, so he will be doing the eulogy. He will give us a little insight of what is what and what is not. So Rafiq ji.
My dearest brothers and sisters, you would not believe that by being here, how much solace and comfort you have brought to this distraught family at this bereavement. The eulogy that I am about to read comprises sentiments and expressions from different members of Deolal's family. The expressed thoughts are indeed reflective of their love for and honor of this father, this brother, this father-in-law, this husband that is before us today. Baba said a eulogy is a synopsis, and that is so correct. If the true and the real bits and pieces of information that was collated from everybody were put together to be read here, I would be standing here for the next 3 hours reading 500 pages. My brothers and sisters, Deolal Ramdial Maharaj was born on January 20th, 1950 to his parents Sunny and Chitrika Ramdial Maharaj. He was the first of 8 siblings, so of course the entire village was awakened with jubilation and grand celebration of tassa, singing and dancing upon his birth. That's the story narrated by Deolal's Aji, the most loved person by Deolal himself. Aji loved him immensely, and her blessings and the blessings of his parents and pundits formatted his personality. This transitioned him from a loving child to a loving dad. As the eldest, he set disciplinary and moral standards for his 7 siblings. Stories were told over the years of the young ones committing shenanigans and not being afraid of Papa, that's Deolal's father, but being afraid of Deolal himself. For he was stern when required to be so, and lax and comforting when necessary to his siblings. This was accentuated by a story by Auntie Angel. That's the eldest sister. She speaks of a day at school, primary school that is, when a boy tried to talk to her. She did not dare let Deolal know of this, but to this day, she cannot understand how he found her. Deolal knew about things that happened in school even before they happened. This man was a police officer even before he became a police officer. Deolal never liked taking orders, but liked giving them. This, you would appreciate, was fundamental in his formative years in the police service. His later years as a senior officer and an elected officer at President Nur Hassan Ali's residence, where he spent a long period of his working life there, performing his duties. I will continue as I get this. Deolal was a perfect father, a disciplinarian where Raja and Avinash were concerned, but a mushy teddy bear when Maheshwari was concerned. He was big and burly, as you could have seen in the pictures there, but just and fair. His wife Anjali testifies that he was a perfect father and husband. He was the breadwinner of the family and never shirked his responsibilities. His advice to his sons and son-in-law was, if you want a successful marriage, always say yes. Say yes, love, and yes, chocolates. Tis a pity though today, Raj says to his wife, yes, boss, not yes, love. But when Raj does it, he curtsies. His father did not teach him that one. Maheshwari says, big guy loves telling jokes. That's how she referred to her dad. His famous joke was, a policeman pulled over a driver. He saw a bucket of water on the front seat of the driver's car. What is that? He asked the driver. The driver looked at the bucket and said that that water was needed to dip his lights. You didn't get that joke. That was the last joke. So even if you didn't laugh, the loudest person will laugh. He would then laugh the loudest at his own jokes. Yeah. The water was to dip his lights for the police. He was kind and generous. He frequently spoke of the many times he gave lifts to the boys on the junction. So he had an audience for his jokes and liming partners at the food outlets, including the dairy establishments. Maheshwari, his daughter, says, big guy, you left your mark on our lives and our hearts. Anjali, his wife, says, Deo, I will love and cherish you forever. Nalini, his daughter-in-law, says, I will remember you forever. Raja and Avinash, his two sons, say, we are your legacy. Thank you for making us the men we are today. In their final goodbyes, Sally and Sudi, as his daughter-in-law and his granddaughter says, death ends a life, not a relationship. The song has ended, but the melody will linger on. We had the esteemed honor of meeting and knowing him. He was a powerful policeman, yet delicate and kind. He was the personification of grace and goodness. He has impacted our lives in a powerful way, and we felt blessed to be a part of his life. His death has left a heartache no one can heal, and his love leaves memories no one can steal. He could relate to people from all walks of life. He was an empathetic man, valued character over all else. He taught us to serve with integrity and to hold true to the important values. He was a man in constant motion, but never too busy to share his love of life and the those around him. Deolal loved trying every new dish and inventing some of his own. He was a genuinely optimistic man, and that optimism guided us to believe that anything was possible. Dad, we will miss you. Your decency, sincerity, and kind soul will stay with us forever. Daniel. My brothers and sisters, I myself would take this opportunity to read 2 lines from this. Those special, it's entitled Until We Meet Again. I just saw it and I just had to share it. It is so appropriate, it is so real. And when I read it, the first 2 lines, Anjali is inside my head, his wife Anjali. Those special memories of you will always bring a smile if only I could have you back for just a little while. Then we could sit and talk again, just a little, just like we used to do. And thank you very much, my brothers and sisters. Sit down.
Bolie Vrindavan, dear Eulogy. Thank you very much, Ji, for your eulogy. As I indicated the importance of a eulogy, we get a beautiful insight. For those who know, Pandit Raja is part of a most wonderful and powerful organization called the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. And we are fortunate this afternoon, as a matter of fact, this morning, to have with us the president of the Pandits Parishad, also the secretary of the Pandits Parishad, and the principal of the school. So I would like to ask Pandit Maharaj to give his thoughts and sentiment, followed by Pandit Rishi, then by Pandit Anand, and then we also have the Mamu of Pandit Raj, which is Pandit Ramesh, to give his sentiment on this particular juncture.
Sit down, everyone. Let's all bow our heads and pray. Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishna Krishna Kripalu Tvam Agatinam Gatirabhava Sansarnavamagnana Prasida Purushottama Atasi Pushpa Sankasham पीतवास्य समच्युतं ये नमस्यन्ते गोविन्द न तेषां विद्यते भयं न तेषां विद्यते भयं ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Officiated Pandit by Boodoo and Dharma Pandit Prakash Samsundar Tiwari. The Secretary of the Pandit's Parashad, Pandit Rishi Maharaj, who is here with us this morning. No stranger to you and to us. Pandit Anand, who is the principal of the School of Hinduism, Pandit Ramesh, who is here, Pandit Prabhudev, who just walked in, members of the Boodoo family, the sons and daughter, as well as the sons-in-law and daughter-in-laws. This morning, it's indeed our pleasure to be here. Panditji is, as you would all know, he is the Public Relations Officer of the arm of the Mahasabha that is called the Pandit's Parashad. He's a colleague in Dharma. He's also a teacher at one of our schools. And if I may say, of course, additionally, this is family to us. And it's an extended family to my father's family. Deolal would have been a relative to my father's family. So, on behalf of my family, I want to take the opportunity, of course, to extend our sincerest condolences. I don't think sometimes word can sufficiently compensate for the loss of a loved one, more so the loss of a father. I spoke to Raj yesterday, and when I called, he mentioned a couple things about his father. And one that stood out to me was, he shared with me that his father had good values. He inculcated good values and he passed on good values to them. And he was really, really someone that they looked up to. And I think that's refreshing to hear. Because if we look at what is happening in homes and families now, you don't see that type of relationship between a father and children. And that, I think, is something that is sorely lacking in our homes and in our community and home. And, through my own observations, I always remark that souls like these, you don't have to worry about. Because they would have fulfilled their duty, they lived by their dharma, they took care of their family, and they did all that they had to do to ensure that they lived a good life. They are humans, we are all humans. We can't be perfect. But they did what they had to do to ensure that their children and their dharma survived. There's a Pandit in this woman family, and that in itself says a lot about the integrity and the pillar that this gentleman stood for. So on behalf of us, the Secretary of course will share his condolences, but on behalf of my family, I want to say and express our sincere condolences to the family, to all of you. May Bhagwan's blessings be with you, and may Sri Krishna grant you the strength. There's a beautiful verse that is taken from the Padma Puran. Sarva Tirtha Mayi Mata, Sarva Deva Maya Pita. Mataram Pitaram Tasmat, Sarvam Yatnena Puja. If you cannot go to the places of pilgrimage, Sarva Tirtha Mayi Mata. But if you take care of your mother, the person who has brought you into this world, you get the same merit as going to Tibet, to pilgrimage at the holy places. But the same merit that you would acquire from bathing in the Ganga and going and see all of the holy places, Eulogy and so forth, that is afforded to you. And that is found at the feet of your mother. Sarva Deva Mayaha Pita. And the grandeur, the greatest and the grandest of yajnas or puja, or any type of elaborate worship that you can perform, the blessings that are accrued from those great and wonderful feats are obtained by taking care of your father. Sarva Deva Mayaha Pita. There is no greater Deva, but there is no greater being to serve than your father. And once you do this, you would have attained everything in this world. So I want to say God's blessings to you, Panditji. We are here as a source of support to you, to Sadi and the family. And may Bhagavan, of course, grant him Godamgati, a good destiny in the here and the hereafter. Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Ram Nam. सबका ऐसी करिए धन्यवाद
Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai Sitaram. Officiating Pandit, our colleague Pandit Prakash Samsundar Tiwari, my colleague Pandit Navin Omadat Maharaj, President of the Pandits Parishad, Executive Member of the Sanatan Dharma Sabha, our brother Pandit Raj and the members of his family, which includes Pandit Anandji, our respected Pandits who are here today, friends, family, and all. Indeed, we are here today to pay tribute to the father, the husband, the grandfather, so many roles of this gentleman we call Mr. Deolal Maharaj. It is sad indeed whenever we have to gather under these circumstances, but we all know this is part and parcel of our life. We rejoice in birth, but we find ourselves distressed in death. And this is something, despite how much we read, how much we know, how much knowledge and wisdom comes to us, there's always great difficulty when we have moments like this. Pandit Raj is an integral part of the operations of the Pandits Parishad and the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. We are not here today to pay tribute to him and highlight his work and his greatness, but in paying tribute to the deceased, I have to point to him, while the other members of the family, equally so, maybe and would have been making a significant contribution to society. Panditji has been my colleague for more than 25 years now. We started around the same time as young teachers in the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. We became members of the Pandits Parishad, arm of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. And over the years, we have shared a wonderful relationship. I have to talk about Pandit Raj because he is the fruit of the deceased amongst the other fruits. And so in talking about Panditji, I want to say that in Panditji, we have one of our bright, young, brilliant, dedicated Pandits who are serving Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. As of recent, last year, September, he became an executive member of the SDLS, our parent body, and in August of last year, he was voted as the Public Relations Officer of the Pandits Parishad. Currently employed at the Freeport Hindu School. Coincident or not, when I left Freeport Hindu School in 2020 to move to Monroe Hindu School, Panditji came there as my replacement. Of course, having little shoes to fill, he has etched himself there and doing a tremendous job. There's a beautiful doha in the Ramayana that says, So kula dhanya uma suno, jagat puj supodit, Shri Raghubir parayana jehi, nara upaja binit. Bhagwan Shri Ji says to Parvati, He uma suno, वह कुल धन्य है संसार भर के लिए पूज्य है और परम पवित्र है जिसमें श्री रघुवीर परायण श्री बिना पुरुष उत्पन्न हो। सो कुल धन्य उमा सुनो जगत पूज सुपुनीत। Blessed is that womb, that kull, that lineage, that family in where a servant of Bhagavan is born. Jagata puja supunit, he who becomes worthy of adoration, he who becomes worthy of honor, he who becomes worthy of respect. Blessed is that family and that home that has produced a devotee or a servant of Bhagavan. And so this family is an illustrious family with strong ties to the Hindu community, with strong Gotraj lineage, and a family in which there are many who are serving the cause of Dharma. Those who are protecting Dharma, those who are uplifting the fellow devotees around us. Pandits give their lives to their community, and so in so doing, they become the natural leaders in society, leading by example, leading by practice. And in so doing, this does not happen by coincidence or by mistake. This happens because parents are fortunate. Children are fortunate to have good parents, and good parents are fortunate to have what we say good children. So today we are here to pay tribute to the deceased. He would have lived a full life, seeing children, grandchildren, living a family life, a family man. We heard much of his contribution as a police officer to our country. The job of policemen and policewomen are not easy jobs. They literally put their life at risk for the service and the protection of others. Sometimes we take for granted what they do and what they would have done for us. But when they go to work, it's not like us going into a classroom, going to teach children. When they go out there, they are not sure if they are going to return to their home, to their loved ones. And so we must acknowledge, my colleague spoke about duty, and what stands out the most is the fulfillment of our duty. Bhagavan says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mukshishyami Ma Sucha. Bhagavan Krishna says, perform your duty. And in performing your duty, do your duty as if you are acting for me. Do your duty as if it is being done for me. And in so doing, surrendering all duties, you eventually will come to me and you will attain my abode. Mukshishami Ma Sucha. The goal of every Hindu is moksha, liberation. And so through the performance of our duties, we will liberate ourselves. We will free ourselves from this cycle of birth and death. So yes, living good lives, living dutiful lives is always more important than anything. Today, we have lost a true father, a true husband, a true brother, a true grandfather, a true father-in-law, and so many roles attributed to this one gentleman. As we join with this family, I must reflect that we, as colleagues of Panditji, we have been aware that the deceased has been ailing for some time, because we would have been in constant contact with Panditji. What stands out is that he has been afforded utmost care, compassion, and he has been well taken care of by his wife, by his children, and by his family. There are many times when I will talk to Panditji and he will tell me, Dad is not well. We have to go to the doctor. We are taking him today. I can't go to school, or I have to leave school, as the case may be. And I know the entire family would have bonded together, and in that time, or those weeks and months that would have led us to this point, there were no efforts that were spared. And this is our duty as children. Today we are losing the values, the duty of sons, the duty of daughters, and Panditji remarked about family. We are losing the values that we once had, and the values which are important for us to sustain this unit that we call the family. Stronger families or strong families will mean strong communities. So on behalf of the SDMS Pandits Parishad and the parent organization, our Secretary General, President General, Panditji, we extend to you and your family condolences, our love and support on this occasion. I invite you to bow your heads for a few moments as we join in the prayer. He Rama Purushottama Narahari Narayana Keshava Govinda Gardwaja Gunanidhi Dhamodhara Madhava He Krishna Kamalapati Yadupati Sitapati Shripati Vaikuntadipati Characharpati Lakshmipati Pahi Mam Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanurdamardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Mukam Karoti Vacharam Bandhulam Gayati Girim Yata Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Bhupa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajumana Arana Bhava Vayadarunam Navakanjarochana Kanjamukakara Kanjapada Kanjarunam Shri Ram. Everybody, Shri Ram. Bolo. Shri Ram. Shri Ram. Kandarapa Aganita Amita Shavi Navanila Niraja Sundaram Padamita Manavu Karita Ruchi Ruchi Naumi Janaka Sutavaram Shri Ram. Shri Ram. Everybody, Shri Ram. Shri Ram. Bhajo Dina Bandhu Dineshadanav Daityavanshanikandanam Raghunanda Ananda Panda Kaushala Chandra Dasharatanandanam Shri Ram. Shri Ram. Guru Shri Ram. Shri Ram. Sira Mukuta Kundala Tilaka Charu Udara Anga Vibhushanam Ajanu Bhujashara Chapadha सकल दूषणं श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम इति वदति तुलसीदास शंकर शेषमुनिमनरञ्जनं मम हृदय निवास कुरु कामादिखलदलदञ्जनं श्रीराम 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 श्री ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की राम नाम जय सीता।
Jai Shri Ram. Our revered officiating Panditji, the President of the STMS Pandit Parishad, Pandit Navin Maharaj, the Secretary of the STMS Pandit Parishad, Pandit Rishi Maharaj, our many respected Pandits among us, Pandit Raj, my brother-in-law, and Pandit Avinash is on my right, as well as all the other members of the bereaved family, friends. When we are born into this world and when we depart, these are two critical, crucial moments in one's life. But it is the quality of life that makes the difference. We converse with Bhagavan. We communicate with our God whom we have come to know and love. We live our life in duty, in seva, in service. We perform our duties to the best of our ability. We serve, we be kind, compassionate, helpful. I speak of a great gentleman whom I have come to know when my sister entered his family, who lived a life that was beautiful, purposeful, dharmic. And he appears to be calm, peaceful at all times. He's very hardworking, very pleasant, and he loves a discussion, and he will throw in his bit of advice from time to time. It is very difficult to lose to death a father, a pitaji, a parent. And it is true when we look at the children and what they have all accomplished, their successes, it is certainly reflective of the hard work, the dedication of the parents. Mataji has served her very best together with the children, and he lived his life. He did the best, and may Bhagavan's blessings always be upon him. The last verse of the Bhagavad Gita that speaks of a devotee, Arjuna, bending before Sri Krishna with love and devotion. Wherever there is Bhagavan, there is God, and there is a devotee and that communication or conversation exists, then there will always be glory, righteousness, and heaven one. God's blessings. We pray, let's clasp our hands for just a brief moment. Hari Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. Jai Shri Krishna. Bhagwan's blessings always be from Jai Krishna.
Guys, it's called to say to give some little message on the account of Deolal, Maharaj, my brother-in-law. Before I begin, let me observe all protocols, all pundits, Eulogy, his brother, and everyone else. Jai Sitaram.
I want to be short as possible. Deolal has been our brother for 46 years. Maybe there is some things I can see. Things I can recall, but not able to come all of it. But if I were to go to take a part of 46 years, one event of the relationships, I could write books. But today is not about the books and what I can write. It's what I can tell you in a little way about him. He was always there to give a good advice. He may not have $1,000 to give, but the advice is there. And I would consider that a prayer without words, an act that he will do. And he will do the best he can. While I was sitting there, a tsunami of thoughts. But where do I start? Well, I will choose ingratitude. When someone is unable to defend themselves, you must remember, if any relationship at all, there must be gratitude. If, however, you recount the person and don't remember his gratitude and you render ingratitude, remember, you can atone for sins maybe by some other means, but in ingratitude, there is eternal punishment. You will come and go, and you will ask the questions from place to place while you have the body of a human, or otherwise, and you will ask what wrong, what pain I have done, what suffering. But remember, you owe
we owe it in gratitude to the race of God. What is the race of God? All things that was created belongs to Him. The plants, the water, the air, the fire, the 5 elements that we need to sustain, to grow, to develop, prosper. Know it not to be yours, but to be His. And when we flaunt this gratitude of God, it is considered ingratitude. So Deolal has rendered gratitude in many ways to us. He has served his country, he has served his family, he has protected his family and the country at large from his functions as a father, as an officer of the protective service, and those he come in contact with as his sisters, his family, his brothers, his brother-in-law, and everyone. I'm truly grateful for his help. I just don't want to belong. I don't know if I've done well, because yes, not too long before he died, I was with him alone, and he asked me to help him up in a very low voice. He said he wanted to come closer to the edge of the bed, which I did. And he sitting there, he held my hand and he said, sit close. And he wanted to ask, talk in his room, and I listened to him. He said to me, tell me what is wrong with me. I said, how can I answer that? Because seeing the condition, I know he's on his way out. And I said, Dave, nothing is wrong with you. You are a little sick and everything will be all right just now. Most of us, all of us want to hear that when you have pain and suffering, that the voice that you're hearing is comforting and giving you assurance you are going to return to normal. This is why you go to your priest, your doctors, you go to someone in authority and ask that question. You don't go to somebody random to ask a question. Knowing what I know, I am giving the comfort of knowing that he will be well. Maybe this is it. Because he asked me, but I couldn't tell him that he is on his way out. I'm not God. I didn't create him. But point I'm making here, we all look for comfort, assurances. We need someone to protect us. And he did that for someone. When I saw his empathy, his wife, my sister Angie Maharaj, I know she was totally bombarded with pain, suffering, and grief. I couldn't see that he's going to be out of here in 1 day or 2 days or 2 months. I leave that to God. So he have done his duty. He has served us well. Again, he protected his family and the country, and he served. And for that, we should be eternally grateful to him. Like all of who have given and protected us, whether your parents, your fathers, parents and mothers, your brothers and sisters. This is what we do as human beings. Whenever we reach the stage, we're going to take this journey. It's not a physical one. You have no body there, no physical body, but you do have a soul, and that soul is now on its journey. You will have experiences, the soul will have experiences. It will meet its maker along the way in different ways, because you're heading where we are going to heaven. But let us be assured that when we perform our duties, we are respective of the consequences. If I steal from you, know it to be, it's a bad karma. I will have to man up to it. likewise. So always remember that when the time has reached and we're making our journey, we wouldn't have that sorrow with us. So we pray that any error that Deolal that might have committed, pray that Shri Ram Prabhu granted the forgiveness and the peace on his journey, that he will not suffer for shade or he will not suffer for water or hunger of thirst, that he will not suffer for care. The soul is a very, very serious affair. It is not simple. It is not that you leave this body and you walk away to other place. We're not going to discuss the science of all of that today, but this is the reality. The truth is with us. So we pray all this at his journey be comforted, and may the goal of this journey be achieved by him. Our grand blessings with his wife, with their company, his sons, and all who are here. And I close with that, and I give a simple closing prayer. Om Asatu Ma Sargamaya Tamasu Ma Sargamaya Tamasu Ma Vidyolingamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Jai Shri Bhagavan Krishna Ki Jai.
Holy Vrindavan, Deolal, Copper City, as the President and the Secretary of the STM State, we thank you all much, Panajis, for taking time out to be part and parcel of our Anteshri Sanskar. Before we continue, Avi would like to say something, so I will invite him to come up and give his contribution at this time of very time.
Shri Govinda Bhagavan Ki Jai. So, I did not want to miss this opportunity. I mean, yeah, everything that I had to say to Daddy, I said. When, as he said, when he made 3 scores and 10, and then he made 1 more, when he made 71, he had a hover. And he invited all of us, meaning his 3 children, said he wanted children there. Something called Raj the Baba. He said the Baba doing it, right? The Baba doing it, but he wants all his children there. And it was very early in the morning, and at that time I took the opportunity to tell him, you know, that at points in life as children, sometimes we don't see eye to eye with parents. No disrespect, we could not afford any disrespect with him. But we didn't see eye to eye on certain things, but I told him. Now that I am a father at that time, I appreciate what you would have done so much. I could see the wisdom. At that time I could not have seen it. Sometimes before you have your children, they say when you have yours, you will know. Yeah. And I really expressed my love to him at that time. I let him know that I am a son. And all the values that you would have taught me is what I know now to pass on to him. Even last night, after last night, I had to give my son what we call a cut boom boom. Very mild, not like how we used to get it. But we have, as fathers, we have a role to play. And if we don't know, this is the guy, this give us the example. Most loving, most soft teddy bear, but when it comes to discipline, being just, being compassionate, being kind, he will look my brother and I. Always fear. He would say, we have, now everybody gets it, he wants that. But then there is, he's the sole breadwinner, right? One person. By one chocolate. And the both of us fighting, who getting what? Not a problem. You cut. and he will choose. Story done. You making sure. Now I see my manager here in Deolal and other colleagues. Thank you. No amount of calibration could have made that cut so exact. This is the values that he taught us. Okay, you have to be fair. You got and he will do. But in the past couple months more so, I got to spend a lot of time with Daddy. Sometimes I run away. I know my managers, I wish you would not mind, leave early from home. Just to come and be with him. To pray with him. And that brought the family even closer together. And so just one prayer, and I don't want to miss the opportunity, just to let you know, this gentleman here is no longer his Atman is gone, but what he have left with us, even though I take it that I may not be able to stand here and say something, but the strength that anybody here who knows him, everybody here who knows him, will know that personality. He's a real mush when you're ready, eh? But he is strong, very strong. When time comes to do what you have to do, you have to do. Don't ever miss that opportunity. Right? So we all bow, and he loved people to pray together. His family pray. You said prayer. You. That was it. Right? So we're all together. Om Karapura Gauram Karunavataram Sansarasaram Bhujanekram Sada Santam Hridayanaminde Bhavam Bhavani Sanitam Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Radha These two prayers, both of them, is what we used to hold hands and to sing with us. So today I don't have to hold his hand anymore. He's on his way. He's okay. But you all keep that and let that guide you all as well. Thank you all.
Govinda Bhagwan Ki Jai. Thank you very much for reminding me of that little technique. Too bad I will not employ that because I don't have to share anything when you have one child just like that. Everything is to them. Yeah? Only maybe when the cousins get together and you have to share, when they're sharing one thing, then you have to get it alone. Yes? So, we shan't be too long again. I have two other Mamus who are here. Mamu Dev is here. Mamu, who is also a Pandit brother. He will sing something because he's asking to sing something for Daddy. So he will sing shortly. But Daddy was quite a decorated guy. Many of you know him as a police officer, but what you did not know is how very decorated he was. So he joined the police service when he was about 19 years, and all his siblings were here could attest to the fact that he always wanted to be a police officer. He always wanted to do that, and even he had some nice nicknames. Indra, what was his nickname? She said, Phantom. Yes, and he was in the village. We call him Phantom sometimes, they call him Tiger. They have, and of course, for obvious reasons, I wouldn't want to go into why they would want to give a gentleman with him Phantom or Tiger, but you can use your imagination at this point in time because he was really a force to reckon with. His hands were quite large. He had a very strong stature, and then sometimes when Avinash and myself, wow, and he tried to run away, and he would grab you.
It's as though that he hit a brick wall. You can't move. You're like, oh, this is like, you know. So he was a very powerful individual, quite decorated. He spent, I think it's 18 years in the service as a guard commander by the Prime Minister and President. He worked undercover. He was closely aligned to deceased Prime Minister George Chambers as his personal bodyguard. So he's a very decorated individual, although he looked very simple. And he did a lot of magnificent things. So policing was very near and dear to him. When he died, Mom was telling me, well, we had to call the police and let them know what is taking place. So I was telling Mom, and well, in fact, before that, I called the police and they gave a time frame of 2 hours or so. But police have so many things that they get caught up in, especially when it comes to domestic affairs and there's domestic unrest and when they're dealing with situations. And she says, you know, we should call Ramdial, you know. And I'm seeing Sergeant Ramdial is here, and he played a very critical role in getting the body removed and getting those boys to come. And when they came and they recognized that, you know, he was an ex-police officer, they also relayed the information to the DMO and so on. And when we went to CID, we had the opportunity of meeting, but Boodoo was also a police officer. So these guys extended some wonderful courtesies to the family, and there were many individuals that Daddy would have worked with. He was also part of the Eureka Security Advisors Limited in Boysie. So those who were there at the home yesterday, when they asked, you know, somebody, they asked him what he did in Boysie, leaving Pinar Rock Road and heading up to Arima every day, he finally said, I guard in the chicken. Eureka Security Advisors is an internal security company that does security for the Arawak group of companies. Yes? So, he guarded the chicken. Yeah? So, at this juncture, I want to call on Boodoo, I think it is Sergeant Boodoo, yes, to bring greetings on behalf of the police service as requested by my brother, and the family will be so happy to have you. Boodoo, bring greetings. And we have also members of the Police Retirees Association. They have come to extend their condolences as well, so we're very happy that they can be with us.
राम नाम सत्य है श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय. My humble salutations to one and all. All protocol is established. Today I stand before you this congregation manifold. One, as a member of the Dharam Sabha, Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha Pandits Parishad, of which I'm a proud member, and I join with the other member Pandits, those who are here and those who are not here by their commitment, in their absence. On behalf of one and all, we extend our condolences to you. On behalf of the membership of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, we have other police officers who are here to bring their condolences. Let me extend condolences to the family also. And on behalf of my own family and myself, my condolences. I want to share an incident as it relates to your dad. And before I go into that, I must say that
to whom much is given, much is expected. You know, that's an old saying. And it is also said that the mark of a good man lies in how much is committed for the benefit of others. And before coming here, I was reminded by Sergeant Ramdial of the level of input that your father had in the lives of many police officers who, because of his level of commitment to them, today they enjoy stature. They have mounted, they have, reached the pinnacle, and still climbing. Because he used to take his car, when he had a gallant, he used to take his gallant motor around and pick them up at Pinar and carry those guys to that studios. And sometimes he used to carry them from 7 o'clock and wait till they finish and bring them back. That was his level of commitment. So when he came into this division, one of the first police officers met was me. So we were having a conversation. He said, Panaji, he said, tell me, what is the greatest book known to man? So I started. I said, like you understand this simple question. I simply said, what is the greatest book known to man? After I went to, how much book you talking about? I said, the greatest book. I said, well, he said, oh, well, I'm your creator. He said, he said, the greatest book known to man is the book of life. He said, let me explain that. That's why his father was like, Gyani. We are pundits, but he's Gyani. Very Gyani. Very simple of him. He said, the greatest book known to man is the book of life. And that is the only book you have control over, you and I. But that's your book. That's the book where you are the writer, you are the publisher, and everything. And that book is only opened when you go to the one. Maharaj, the book of life is open, and there he will do the critical. He has written his book. His book is going to be opened by the Lord and Master. You and I are still writing. So we have a chance to rewrite and put what is not there and what is supposed to be there. Okay? So it's very important to understand this level of commitment. This man has given much, has contributed well to the society, and for that we are eternally grateful. As again, on behalf of the Maharaj, yes, we're very thankful for his level of commitment and what he has done for us. Can we all stand, please, as we say a word of prayer? May his soul rest in peace. To those who have died, we say rest in peace. And to those who are living like you and I, we say live in peace. Pray. May his soul rest in peace. In your very own. Diverse might be our methods of worship. We do one thing in common, and that is to pray. Pray in your very own way. May his soul be enlightened and reach Sagati. Hari Om Shirodhan Bhat Pradeshe Sujimani Vilasa Sekate Muktikanam Malak Tasansas Patikaman Nivhe Mukte Manditangaham Shubre Rabre Rabre Uparirajte Mukti Ushavarse Ranandina Punyani Kalinagrahashankapani Mukundaha Upado Yashana Virvarna Suryo Nilashchandrashane Karanavasha Shiro Dhyoramukhamapidahano Yasavaso Yampidaham Antastam Yasham Isham Suranaragavo Gandharvedete Shichatrang Rangangate Pangtragwana Vapushum Vishnu Isham Namami Vishnu Vishnuve Namaha Om Anadhinadano Deo Shankar Chakradharan Akshay Pundragachwan Pretamuksham Prado Bhavetvam Pretam Shanti Pretam Shanti Pretam Shanti Ramanam Satya Satya. Please take a seat. Thank you very much.
So we have the welfare of Officer of the TPS, the sister, yes? Yes. So she will do greetings, and then of course we will comments to, if this makes sense, comments to conclude. Yes?
Pleasant good morning on behalf of myself.
Good morning.
And my name is Esther Boswell, and I am the welfare officer for the Police Retirees Association, of which Deolal Maharaj is a member. So I bring greetings on behalf of the Tobago Police Retirees Association, the president, Mr. Eulogy, and also on behalf of the Tobago Police Service. Deolal Maharaj was such a gentleman, and I know that you have all heard all that, or known all that he was and all that he represented. So I was in the program, so I will keep it very short. I just want to say thank you to his family for giving him to us. He served the country, he served all of us, and because of him, we are a better police service. So thank you very much.
As we prepare ourselves in a bit to move forward, it is said that the body every day goes through a stage of degeneration. And when you understand life, it is two components that comes together. It is the soul and the body. When it comes together, we have life. And when death comes, the body is dropped. We perform what is called Panch Tattva, the elements back into God. From God we have come, and one day we shall return to Him, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But the soul is what we identify with. But we only identify with the soul when someone dies. But it is the same soul that is inside of us. So why we don't identify the soul when the soul is in us and we are living and eating and drinking and moving? Well, once Krishna told Arjun in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Mamai Vansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manaha Shashtani Indriyani Prakriti Stani Karshati. He says that all of us here are part manifestation of God. For instance, if you look at this Tulsi Mala, every one of us here sitting and standing, we are one bead. But what is the one common thing that hold all the bead together? The string. Am I right? So he's saying, Mamai Vansho, that we are all part manifestation of Him. And one day, our final role and function is to attain Sadgati, or what is called liberation. Today is a day of reflection. Today is a day of remembrance. A mother, children, grandchildren, friends and family, none of us knows how they feel. Some will come and pat on our back and say, Late, Raj, Avi, Maheshwari, children, I know what they're going through. No one knows what a mother is experiencing. No one knows. And that is why, my dear devotees and children of God, everything is built on relationship. Relationship with our loved one. When everything settles and everyone goes away, mother alone will be there, the children will be come and go, as the case may be. And then her mind started to remember events, place, time. This in itself, my dear devotees, tells a lot. It tells a lot what is expected of us in this life. Funeral, death brings people together. Sometimes family members don't be speaking. And when death comes, everyone comes together. My conclusion is that the people who come together, they're afraid to die. But it is the reality. And before I have the recitation of the scriptures, I want to share a thought with you that I always share whenever I go in this world to do funeral. Today, we are doing for Mr. Maharaj. Yeah? But there will come a day where we all will be in this similar position today. The question is, who will be doing for us? Yeah? Who will be doing for us when we are lying in a box? We will not know, definitely. But you know, we ought to live a life of preparedness. The Lord that we serve is the Lord who is the knower of all hearts. And that is why it is very imperative to have that relationship. You heard many things from the children, the in-laws, the friends, the family, the pundits speak of Raj being a fruit of our deceased father. The mother, the children, everyone would have said something in the old way when people come to the home. But it is all left to our relationship with our Father, and most important, the relationship to the Lord that we serve. Don't know how to say prarthana kare as you put our hands together in prayer, our heads in prayer. We pray to that Lord who is known as Bhagavan Sri Krishna. We pray. Hari Om Om Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Asocyanan Vashochastvam Pragyavadam Cha Bhasate Gatanu Gatasuna Gatasuscha Nanu Sochante Pandita Na Prevaham Jatu Nasamna Tvam Nemi Jana Dipaha Na Chaiva Na Bhavishyamaha Sarve Vayamataha Param Dehinosmin Yataha Dehi Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara Yata Tata Dehantara Praptir Dhirastatra Namuhyate Matra Sparshastu Kauteya Shinushna Sukadukka Daha Agama Piyenu Nityastanstita Aksha Swaya Bharataha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Anadini Dhano Deva Shankha Chakra Garadhara Akshaya Pundare Kaksha Preta Moksha Pradova Bhava Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Nam Ram Nam Obesities. This has brought us to the end of our Anteshri Sanskar. As I indicated to you, we do not celebrate the life of someone while they passed on. We only celebrate the life of someone when they are living. With those thoughts, let us all stand as we have closed in prayer. And most important, as we prepare ourselves mentally, as the young men take flowers, stand by the head. Hari Om Sri Paramatmane Namo Namaha Om Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nata Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nata Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nata पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवकी ओम तत्सत् प्रेतात्मा शांति ओम तत्सत् प्रेतात्मा शांति ओम तत्सत् प्रेतात्मा शांति राम नाम राम नाम please take your seat Reverend kind of your flower at this point in time we'll have the bhajan from our beloved Mamuji invite the mother Mataji when you come and do offering a mala offer flowers to this one here I don't need to reach it. What about letting your voice take? You knock yourself out.
प्रेम से बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय प्रदीप परमात्मा गोविंदाय नमो नमः we have listened to all welcome all you my senior pundits I listened to wonderful discourses I will give it a word about discourse no because time will leave I respect time I must say on behalf of our family I am his deceased baby brother-in-law. And when he had taken these vows, it was there what they call Ramdial, passing street, and he was a police. Spent some years in Ramdial, many years, going and coming. He was a very great soul on this land. Very, very great. He was just about maybe 32 years of age when he had taken vow. And on behalf of my sister, Andini Maharaj, I performed what we call Pati Brat. Many of you will know what is Pati Brat. Pati Brat is when, according to our scriptures, that she do service to her husband, take care of her husband, in every form and fashion. And that is the blessing. She don't even have to light a light again. She don't do her hours. And Mr. Deolal Maharaj, which you all will know that. He always a man performing what we call Pawan Puja. In all ceremony. So I must say wherever his soul goes, we will address it peace once and for all. I render two little forests which he liked, he already liked. And the choruses, it got me from the Ramayana, the Bhajan. Pehle phao Ganga Par Prabhu Dine Ganga Par
Om Shri Vishnu Om Iram Vishnu Vichakrame
Ganga Charanakamalasi Ganga
Paramatmani
Ganga Padharu Prabhuji Ganga Padharu. And this next one, Vanavati Muri Ram Ram. Vanavati Muri Ram Duhan Sohi Ekjao Vanavati Muri Ram Duhan Sohi
Brother G is singing beautiful job, guys. Those who like to come and do the video, my right, your left.
Those who would like to read
Om Idam Vishnu Vichakravedre Ranadare Param Samudamस्य Pagum Sure Swaha Krishnave Namaha Idam Vishnu Vichakravedre Ranadare Param Samudamस्य Pagum Sure Swaha Krishnave Namaha Vishnave Namaha Chandrama Manaso So let us all stand. As we do the viewing at this point and particular juncture, let us be reminded, my dear devotees, that we want to put in our order so the stream will be taken up. Yep. So you will come this way, you will come in this way, and then you will go back to your location. Pandit Raj Bhai is here, and anyone who like to get a flower or two, you can grab her. We have also in a tree one side, so you can come up, take your time. Hari Om Jyoti Janama Gavaya Sadhu Jyoti Janama Gavaya Sadhu Jyoti Janama Gavaya. Everyone, those who know, Jyoti Janama Gavaya Sadhu Jyoti Janama Gavaya Sadhu Jyoti Janama Gavaya. एक पिता के हम सब लड़की धरती हमारी माता. एक पिता के हम सब लड़की धरती हमारी माता. कुटुंब कबीला संगन साथी काला रंग बजाया सारू ज्योति जन्म गवाया सारू ज्योति जन्म गवाया ज्योति जन्म गवाया सारू ज्योति जन्म गवाया सारू ज्योति जन्म गवाया. जो दिन का पहु नहीं जगत में माया में बरमाया. दो दिन का पहु नहीं जगत में माया के बरमाया. धन दौलत कुछ काम न आवे. धन दौलत कुछ काम न आवे. झूठ जाए यहाँ काया साधु ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु ज्योति जन्म गवाया ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु. Everyone. सत्संग का गंग बही है कोमल जस की धारा. सत्संग का गंग बही है कोमल जस की धारा. करियासन विमल कर काय Janam Gavaya, Jyoti Janam Gavaya, Sadhu, 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 Jyoti Janam Gavaya. Devotees and children of God, as we prepare ourselves to leave in a bit, let us be reminded this time is a very, very emotional time in the hearts and the life of the family member. But more so, you being here, it really shows the support that is needed for any family or all families, especially in time of bereavement. Yeah? So today as we make a prayer, we ask of that Lord, give us the inner strength, give the mother, the children, the grandchildren, the inner strength to deal with the external reality. And what is that external reality? Separation. And in this case, death. So, as we prepare ourselves in a bit, we're going to go this way, that's it. Where are we going? This way? In the box? Good night. So there's some beautiful verses to be chanted as they lift the box and as they lead the way outwards. Let us be reminded of life. Hari Om. Prehi Prehi Prativihi Puryayaira Inate Purve Pitaraha Paretaha Uharachano Swaraya Marandhau Yamam Pashyasi Varnam Cha Devam Om Yamuno Gatum Pratamo Viveranekaha Kavyutira Paravartahu Yatranaha Purvapitaraha Pareta Enaha Yagyana Patta Asnavaha Om Surya Chakshura Gacchatu Vatam Atmadyam Chagaccha Pritavicha Karman Apova Gacchayat Tatrahi Ejam Okarishu Pratitishtaha Sharir Hai Ram Naam Satya Hai Ram Naam Satya Hai Ram Naam Satya Hai Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare all together Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Naam Satya Hai Om Apoishtam Vayogostan Vijayadanam Mahiranayi Chakshule Yovaha Shivatamora Sahara Oshati Deva Mara Smaharangamame O Janvata the whole body Janvata Chanaha Shri Vishnave Namaha Arti Om Shri Paramatmani Namaha Om Namo Narayanayi Krishnaya Govindaya Namaha Om Chandrama Manasauta Chakshu Sujo Jayata Stotradvaya Shapranisha Mukhakrida Jayata Om Shri Vishnave Namaha Om Shri Vishnave Namaha That's by the head bow. Om Shri Vishnave Chacha. Om Shri Vishnave Namaha. Om Chandrama Manaso Jata Chakshuru Sojo Ajayata. Sotranva Yusha Pranishya Mukhagina Jayata. Get him guys. Take this pin up on the sun. Put it on the sun. Yari gole honda. Pita nahi aaya. Put it up. Take it from the sun. Switch it up. Abhi take up in daine hande. Take a name. Aramukha Gotrasya. Deolal Pretasya Dvadeshe Panta Nimit Vaishnu Vishnu Devato Vaha Ishate Pindu Mayadiyate Davo Patishtata water and black till Om Param Brahm Param Dam Pavitram Paramamohan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Deva Bajim Ram Nam when you go to Om Param Brahm Param Nam Pavitram Paramambavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Deva Bajam Vibhu Shri Vishnave Namaha Shri Vishnave Namaha Shri Vishnave Namaha Om Tatpurkaya Namo Namaha Om Shri Vishnave Namaha Om Param Brahm Param Nam Pavitram Paramamohan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Deva Bajam Vibhu Om Swayamevatmanatmanam Vaitatvam Purushottama Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jagatpate Deva Deva Jagatpate Deva Deva Jagatpate Om Shri Paramatmane Namo Namaha Om Namaste Rudramanyavato Bhagave Namaha Bahu Vyamudate Namaha Om Chate Rudra Shivatanu Ragoda Papakashani Dayanastanva Shantamaya Giri Shantami Chakashani Ram Nam Satya Hai 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 Darish, Ram Ram. You're not going to do it. Sometime you have to Now, here we go. Yeah? Okay. Ram Nam Satya. 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 Easy. Let's go. Water. Om Apo Hishta Mayo Bhovastan Urje Daratan Maheranaya Chakshase Yovaha Shivatamo Rasaha Tasya Bhajate Hanaha Ushati Reva Matara Tasma Arangamame Ujinvata Chanaha Om Arti Om Surya Chakshatu Vatam Cha Gacha Prativi Cha Dharma Apo Va Gacha Yati Tatra Hitam Okadeshu Pratitishtaha Om Panchtatva Shantihi Bhavatu Om Panchtatva Shantihi Bhavatu Om Chandrama Manaso Jata Chakshuhu Sujo Ajayata Stotradvayisha Pranasya Mukagnirajayata Om Shri Vishnave Namaha Om Idam Vishnuve Chakrame Tredanandade Param Samuramasya Pagum Sure Swaha Om Agore Byota Gore Byo Gora Gore Tadebya Sarvebya Sarva Sarvebyo Namaste Astarudarupe Byaha Om Shri Vishnave Namaha Pinda Om Aram Gogotrasya Deolal Pretasya Chadvari Chechar Nimitam Ishate Pindu Pindu Maya Diyate Tavo Patishtatama Om Param Brahm Param Dam Pavitram Paramambavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Deva Vajam Vibhoma Ram Nam Ram Nam Ram Nam
Fellas, as much as possible, we're picture and then right here. So if we could lift on our shoulders, no problem, right? Yeah. But we will need more than what we have here, right? Just get this happen. Right?
Pretty stronger man to the back now.
Yeah. So only stronger fellas will come.
Not strong in size. See you this is?
Straight up on your shoulder. Yeah. Ram Nam Satya. Which way are we going now? The foot going down first. All the weight on that side.
Ram Nam Satya. 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 Easy. 1, 2, 3, slow.
What's up? From Russia?
Yeah. Take a look at this. Alright, easy. Water. Take your time. Yeah. Cool now. We take all the time. Let's go. Touch shoulders, boys. We'll take your part. Om Apo Hishta Mayo Bhuvastan Urje Daratan Mahechanaya Chakshase Yovaha Shivatamo Rasaha Tasya Vajate Hanaha Ushitira Light up our TV times, one another. Om Ushiti Reva Matara Tasma Arangamame Ojanvachana. Om Suryam Chakshur Gachantam. Atmadya Gachat Patravicha Dharma Apova Gachayati Hitam Ukareshu Pratitashraha. Om Panchtatva Shantihe Bhavatu. Om Yamdware Mahagore Andadena Tamasakrita. Valo Karta Maya Diyate Tavo Deepam Maya Diyate Tavo Patishtatama. Shri Vishnave Namaha. Om Idam Vishnu Vichakrame Treran Dade Param Samuramasya Pagum Sure Swaha. Shri Vishnave Namaha. Take Pinda. Adamoko Gotasya Deolal Pretasya Vishwantao Bhutana Nimitam Rudra Devato Va Ishate Pindu Mayadiyate Tavo Patishtata. Shri Vishnave Namaha. Water. Om Param Brahm Param Ram Pavitram Paramamuvan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adideva Vajam Vibhum. Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Ram Nam. Take all the time, boys. Chop, cloth and everything. There we go. 1, 2 on shoulders.
Alright.
Let's go. Ram Nam, 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 Easy. Easy. Lovely. Take all the time. Just back a little bit. Let Rajan Abhi and boys do. Water. Om Apo Hishta Mayobu Stanurjeda Rajan Mahiranaya Chakchaseyo Vaha Shivatamo Rasaha Tasya Bachate Hanaha Ushiti Reva Matara Tasma Arangamame Ujanvata Chanaha Om Chandrama Manaso Jata Chachu Sujo Ajayata Stotra Dvayisha Pranisha Mukagnirajayata Om Vishnave Namaha Om Vishnave Namaha Ram Nam Ram Nam Ram Nam Look in the head, here we go guys, take a look at that.
Look in the head.
Now.
Going back on the show now. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Right, you know you like to do it 2, 3, right? 3. Ram Nam Satya Hai. Satya Hai. Ram Nam 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 Ram Nam Satya Hai. Easy. 1, 2. Down. Ram Nam Satya Hai. Ram Ram Satya Hai.
Water.
Ram Ram Satya Hai.
The chance. Om Apo Hishta Mayubo Stanurjeda Ratan Mahiranaya Chakchaseyo Vaha Shivatamo Rasaha Tasya Bhajate Hanaha Ushiti Reva Matara Tasma Arangamame Ojanvata Chanaha Om Suryam Chakshur Gachantu Vatam Atma Dhyam Chapatavecha Gacha Dharman Apova Gachayati Tatrihitam Okadeshu Pratitishtaha Sharirair Om Panchtatva Shantihe Bhavatu Om Panchtatva Shantihe Bhavatu. Come to it. Om Shri Vishnave Namaha. Om Param Brahm Param Ram Pavitram Paramambuvan Purusham Shashvatam Divyamari Deva Vajam Vibhuma. Take up in the hand, Baba. Adamako Gotrasya Deolal Pretasya Sava Haste Sadak Nimitam Preta Devato Va Ishate Pindu Mayadiyate Tavo Patishtatama. Om Shri Vishnave Namaha. Om Param Brahm Param Dham Pavitram Paramambuvan Purusham Shashvatam Divyamari Deva Vajam Vibhum. Boliye Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. My dear devotees and children of God, before we continue moving forward, we have with us the President General of the Sanatan Mahasabha, Pandit Krishna Rambali. We'd like to ask of him to say a few words before we prepare. You're good? Okay? And then we have Dinesh Rambali ji here, MP, and also an auxiliary member of the SDMS. We'd like to ask either or to give their sentiments, especially in this time. of bereavement. So I ask of both of them, or either or, to give their greetings or sentiments. Bolie Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai.
Prem se bolo Sri Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. Devotees, friends, relatives, everyone who have gathered here. I will be very short because at this point in time, we suspend all social occasions and we give way to all that is ordained in the scriptures according to the Garud Puran, the Preta Manjari, and Panditji is performing the Anteshti Sanskar, this being the final rites. Of course, for this noble soul, coming from this very noble and very ambitious family, ambitious in how they uphold Sanatan Dharma, Pandit Raj is, of course, we say our brother in Dharma. When we say brother in Dharma, it is not a phrase. Panditji will tell you, both Pandits here, Pandit Rish as well. When we say brother in Dharma, we are closer than brothers who are blood brothers. We are brothers who we know we have taken up our mantle. And the fact that this family is doing and performing these rites, it shows that the family itself is already on that pathway. They have lived a noble life. They continue to do so. And this father of the home, he himself have led and laid down that platform for this family, of course, to uphold Sanatan Dharma. I know Panditji would have been performing the rites of the Pindas. It is said that if anything, whatever you leave behind in your will, whatever you think you may have done before you die, all of those things come to zero if these rites cannot be performed for you. So the greatest mark or the greatest hallmark of a person who have succeeded in upholding Sanatan Dharma is when at the time of death that these rites can be performed for them. If it is these rites cannot be performed, it means you have not been successful in your life and therefore you are not, your pathway to the hereafter is not cleared. The rites of the Pinda, I know Panditji would have done all. We have seen when he made the different stops, and I want to commend Panditji, but at this time, of course, these rites are being performed because the belief as Sanatan Dharma students, pupils, and upholders of Sanatan Dharma is at this time we must clear the pathway. So at the home, this is the final journey for our dear departed father. Panditji would have offered that Pinda because we want to make sure that we have told all the divinities, all the deities, don't expect any further offerings, no further devotion from this noble father. All now falls on the children, it falls on the other family members to take up that mantle. If his Ishta Devta was Lord Ram, the family must upkeep that. He now has a different journey to take. Babaji would have cleared the pathway so that we would have reached this point. So that final journey which the coffin is taking on the hearse to even get here, the Pinda symbolizes that. So we may not see it, but right now around us, we would have had yakshas, an array of entities who would ensure the safe passage of the body to be here at this point in time. And these final stops which Panditji would have made sure that the family undertook would ensure that the beings, the entities that are gathered in places like this cremation grounds, we must appease them so that they will not in any way try to inflict any kind of harm upon the soul of this noble father. As I say, I have done this little bit of detail just to let you know that is why these rites are so important to perform. And when this body now, it is said that a man's life is verily a sacrifice, and the greatest sacrifice that we can perform is that at the time of death, we oblate this body, the sum total of our sacrifices, this physical body, into the Agni in the form of Kavyavaha, the eater of our human flesh. And this is the Purnahoti. So Baba has made sure, and the family is making sure, to prepare the Purnahoti. This is the sum total of this man's life sacrifice. As I say, very dharmic, very noble, and the family, of course, undertaken to carry on that mantle by ensuring that this is performed. Pandit Raj and family, I want to say that, you know, our love, on behalf of my father, the President General of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, my brothers in Dharma, Pandit Prakash included, Pandit Harish, Pandit Anand is also a member of the family. He's also an executive member of the Pandits Parashad, very hard-working individuals. On behalf of the entire Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha family, we of course express sincerest condolences And we say that we wish at this point in time, and we pray that Lord Vishnu's blessings be delivered and ensure the safe pathway of this noble soul now and in the hereafter. Om Anadhi Nidano Deva, Shanka Chakra Gadadara, Akshaya Pundari Kaksha, Preta Moksha Pradobhava. Prem se bolo Sri Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai.
Thank you very much, Panditji. Also with us, we have another colleague of Pandit Raj and a member of the Mahasabha, Pandit Naresh Maharaji. We'd like to ask of him to say a prayer before we conclude this morning's proceedings.
Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Idam Vishnu Vichakrame Tredanyam Param Samudramasya Pagum Suri Swaha.
Boliye Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. So at this point in time, are you ready for me, guys? City Wood. We want to do a little viewing. Raj? So those who didn't get to see, you could come and just take a little look at our friend, retired officer of the TTPS, a father, a friend, a one who continued to live through his sons and daughter and grandchildren's life. A wonderful soul. So those who like to take a little view, take this opportunity now, and we'll allow the family to spend that quiet moment together, and then we will all place the body into the chitta, and then we will start again. So Babs, whenever you're ready, you say the word. Ready? Let's go. Okay. Ram Nam Satya. 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 Boliye Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Water, fire. Sprinkle some water. Om Ayodhya Mathura Maya Kashi Kanchi Avantika Puri Dwarapati Geya Saptata Mokshadaika Saptadama Siro Bhava. Light up. Om Shri Vishnave Namaha. Om Kravyaragnim Prahunyomi Duram Yagyago Gachatu Riprayaha Ihairva Mitaro Jatavero Devyo Byohavyam Bahatu Prajanam Om Tvam Bhuta Mrida Jato Nishvam Bhuta Parikaha Mitaha Sansarastwa Midam Tvam Sarvagatam Namaha. As all the Pandits join, Anand, Baba, as the Pandits join in the Havan. Firstly, water on the fire. Mukubha Sarate Purarachmanam Punurjalam Samarpayami. Om, ready, Babs? Om Prajapatir Namaha Swaha. Om Indraya Namaha Swaha. Om Agni Namaha Swaha. Om Somaya Namaha Swaha. Om Bhu Swaha. Om Bhuvaha Swaha. Om Lomyaha Swaha. Om Tvache Swaha. Om Lohitaya Swaha. Om Medyobhyaha Swaha. Masebhyaha Swaha. Om Sabhyaha Swaha. Om Astabhyaha Swaha. Om Majabhyaha Swaha. Retase Swaha. Om Payave Swaha. Om Ayasaya Swaha. Om Prayasaya Swaha. Om Sanjasaya Swaha. Om Vyasaya Swaha. Om Udyasaya Swaha. Om Shuche Swaha. Om Shochate Swaha. Om Shochamanaya Swaha. Om Shokaya Swaha. Om
तपसे स्वाहा ओम तप्यते स्वाहा ओम तप्यमानाय स्वाहा ओम तप्ताय स्वाहा ओम कर्माय स्वाहा ओम निष्कृत्यै स्वाहा ओम प्रायश्चित्यै स्वाहा ओम एकजाय स्वाहा ओम यमाय स्वाहा ओम अंधकाय स्वाहा ओम मृत्यवे स्वाहा ओम ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा ओम ब्रह्मत्याय स्वाहा ओम विश्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यः स्वाहा ओम द्यावा पृथिव्यां स्वाहा
ओम इदं विष्णुविचक्रमे त्रेदानजदे पदं समूढमस्य पागुं सुरे स्वाहा ओम द्रव्यारगणे नमः आचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि श्री विष्णवे नमः श्री विष्णवे नमः उल्मुख लाइट अप
Bolong dua.
Come up here. Om Dharma Dharma Samayukta Loba Moha Samavrita Dekayam Sarvagatrani Divyan Loka
Beside?
Right there.
Campus, right? Kaya pala sa nipo, sabi ka ulit nipo.
No, boy.
Something hard here.
Pinal rock and then kaparo.
Appeal like that, you can do something hard.
You know the edge soft, right? But don't go too close to the edge. And then the edge soft, but don't let
You got you?
Right here. He's in right here.
Watch me, look at have a shovel behind it. You want to take use that. Yeah, we go. Watch it there, you know? Yeah.
Hey.
Buried.
Hi guys, take all the time. One man go on.
Milk in it?
Toyam jalaste mayadiyate tavo patishtata tavo patishtata tavo patishtata. Taking it, tavo patishtata. Right? Turn. Wait, it's out. And so
It's that way, yeah.
so it's out. No, so it's out.
So?
Yeah.
In your right
Wow.
That's okay.
We know people now, faster, you know?
We know people. Anyway, it's out over now.
Yeah, them not well coming around from up here, right?
We need not have a different compass.
And Mako go to say, take a para go church, take your go church, pray to say, Deolal pray to say, Isha, till Toyam, Jalaste, Mayadiyate Tavo, Patishtata, Tavo, Patishtata. Something now, put your hands together, guys. Om Narayana Suraskrishna Lakshmi Kantam Janadana Anina Tarpani Natam Pretam Moksha Pado Bhavat. Om Shri Vishnu. Sorry, Krishnas. I don't know the drill. Mira, that's all I want to do and all I carry, right? I like a text, but no nothing else. Everything else, I'll knock all the stuff out. I don't know what the drill. You're going to let me know what you want to do with the nights and evenings on it.
Now what you don't know.
Thank you.